Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Thelma's Creations and More. Today I am excited to share with you some outgoing swap for a faith-based memory deck swap over on Anything and Everything Christian Craft Swap group on Facebook. I have shared with you what my partner Christy had sent me for her end of the swap, but I was still working on her cards, and I thought I'd come on here and show you what I came up with. So this is my card. Well, there's two that I have to send off, but I chose this one with my information in the back to send her. And I used a file that's free on YouTube by Lori, what's her last name? Nunemaker. She has a file for free if you have a Cricut machine. She has a file that she offered for free in one of her YouTube channels. YouTube videos. And I downloaded it, and this is the file that came with it. It does the blue part, right? The inside, the outside, and then the little lining all the way around. So I cut it out on my Cricut, and I did several layers. It's two of every layers, two of the white, one of the blue, and one of the white in the back. I also incorporated one of my layered embellishments. I do have a tutorial on how to do this under Build Your Stash. I will link it down in the description box below if you're interested on how to make these. And I used it for the focal point in the front. In here it has a little little banner down here. It says "Be Joyful." I decorated with some blings, and then I had got this sticker over at Dollar General last summer. I love butterflies, so I stocked up on these stickers because I loved them. I used a 1.5 inch scallop circle with I believe it was the back one is 2.5. I don't remember what that is called, but I also used my Cricut for this one, and then the next one up was 2 inches. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements just on the embellishment, and then I put the embellishment on top of the Memory Dex card. And I use blues, and I thought it turned out really cute. In the back on the top I put created by, let me see if it'll focus for you. I don't know why it's not focusing today. Well, it says created by, and then Thelma's Creations and More, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and then it has my information. So this is one of them. And the other one that had to be faith-based, we had to use their favorite scripture, and her favorite scripture was Proverbs 3, 4, and 5. And so I had a stamp that I had in my stash, and it said "Trust in the Lord with all your heart." So I used that one. And then I put a piece of bling on here, which is a heart shaped, and it's like hot pink. And this was something I had received on Happy Mail, so I stamped that. And this one came from Mariceli Colon from A&E also. She has sent it to me in a Happy Mail, so thank you, Mariceli. I used it right here. It's a stitched circle, and I need to buy these dies because the little stitching detail makes a huge difference. Then I made a rosette right here, and this rosette was let's see, this one was 2.5, so it was 2 1/4, no, 2 3/4 across. Now I already figured out how to make a rosette. Let me grab a ruler, let me tell you. So this one's the back rosette, or this right here, the white circle. I wanted something to put in the back, and I wanted it to be a rosette, so I measured the front, and then I went the front white circle, and that was 2 1/4. Let me see, 2 1/4. So the other one I made it, this one was 2 1/4, so then I added a 1/4, and it became, 2 1/4. So I needed a 2 and a 2. Oh my goodness, I just went everywhere. 2 3/4 of an inch rosette. That's what I needed. So what I did was I counted on the ruler. Let me grab a paper so I can show you what I did. Okay, I grabbed a ruler and I said I need one that's 2 3/4. So on the ruler, if you pay attention, there's all these little lines, right? So what I did was I went to 2 3/4 and I counted all the little lines. I counted all the little lines in between from where I needed it, from 0 to 2 3/4. That's how big or how wide I needed my rosette. But the way I make my rosettes is I use 6 by 6 paper because I do not like to use a 12-inch piece of paper. So I use a 6 by 6 paper, or you can cut your 12.5 paper in half. So 6 inches. And I put them together to make a rosette. So in other words, to make one rosette, I need 2 of these strips. So because I need 2 strips, I went back to the ruler, counted the little lines on 2 3/4, and I believe it was 40. I don't remember. Don't quote me on that. But whatever it is from 0 to 2 3/4, let's say it's 40. I divide that by 2. And then that will give me my measurement that I need to cut this, how wide I need to cut this strip. I don't know if you understood me, but that's what I did to make my rosette. That's how you figure out how, basically however wide you need your rosette, you divide that by 2 for me, because I use 6-inch strips. If not, if you use a 12, all you need is how wide you need it to come up for the rosette. So I made a rosette so that it could fit this perfectly. It wouldn't go on top of the Rolodex card, and it wouldn't go below where the holes are for the holder to hold it. So I layered the embellishment, I stamped it, and I put it on top of the rosette. I used a very thin foam dimensional, you won't be able to see it, very, very thin, just to give me a little lift off of the rosette. And then on the rosette on the back, let's see if you can see it. No, you can't see it. Well, there is a foam dot also behind there. I did make this one a shaker. And the way I did that was between this white one and the top, you have, in my case, my file had all this border. So what I did was I took this border and I cut it out twice. And I did the solid part, the white part. Then I put sequins, whatever sequin mix I was going to do. Then I took the tool and I glued it all the way around with, I used Eileen's Crafty Glue for that. Let that dry. Meanwhile, I cut out this white part right here on this one. The little trim all the way around. I cut 2 of them. I glued those together so it could give me a little bit of lift, and then I glued it on top. So it got the tool got sandwiched between the trim and the solid piece. So that's how I got my shaker. After that, I took some trim and I hot glued it all the way around because I thought it went perfectly with this. And that's how I made my Memory Dex card. In the back, I did, on the little tab, I put Created by Thelma's Creations and More, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, so that they know who created it. And this will be for my swap partner, Christy, over at ANE Facebook group, Anything and Everything Christian Craft Swap Group. If you're interested in joining, just look us up on Facebook. I do not run the Facebook group, but I love that group. So these are my 2 Memory Dex cards that I made for my friend Christy, and I hope that she enjoyed them. I kind of lost the intimidation factor for these. These are number 3 and 4 that I created. I created 2 for her, 1 for Crafting with Liller for her challenge, and I did another one for Angela Velasquez on YouTube. She's having a 4th year anniversary challenge on her YouTube channel as well. So I got my feet wet, and now I love it. I'm addicted, and I really, 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 really like this one because it has the shaker element. And it was easy, and I will be making a tutorial on how to make these, so stay tuned to my channel so that you can see the way I make these and how you can change them up. And as always, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and let me know in the description box if you've ever made a memory Dex card, because these are number 3 and number 4 that I've made, and I'm just interested to know if there's any of you out there that haven't made Rolodex cards, because, you know, stay tuned to my channel, because I am going to do a tutorial, because like I said, I was very intimidated, and then I found out it was so easy to make them. So thank you for watching my channel, and as always, my friends, happy crafting. Bye.